This conference will now be recorded.
So in previous session, we understood what are the points we need to discuss about security in Einstein analytics. So let's start. How my data are going to be secure on my Einstein analytics platform? When I say that, what it means? So to understand that, let's think if I have Einstein analytics, nothing but is a separate platform which we are going to use, and there we can put my data from different data sources. Like if this is my Einstein Analytics Cloud, where we used to create different applications. With that, I have data set. From data set, we can create lanes. We can create dashboard, which I have shown you in previous sessions. So now, to my Einstein Analytics platform, I may get data either from my CSV file or from some external database, or I can get data from Salesforce data. Okay, like from my Salesforce org, I can get data. So there are different places where I'm going to upload my data set. If you remember, let me show you that. I go to my Analytics Studio, so that when you create data set, we have multiple options where you want to create your data source, from where you want to get the data. So your data source can be from the Salesforce org. It may be external Salesforce org, or maybe in the same Salesforce org where you have Einstein Analytics platform, or you can get from Salesforce from CSP, or you can get from external data. You can get from anywhere else. So now, once you get data, now how my security going to be imposed on my data which is Salesforce, and once my data come to my Einstein platform. So that part we have to understand. Okay. So now, if you have data on your Salesforce object, maybe account, contact, opportunity, or any custom object, so your Salesforce admin can restrict the data by in the object level security or field level security. That we can do in the Salesforce itself, as you know. So now, if there is a user, okay, so that user doesn't have access to all accounts, then whenever that user going to log into my Salesforce data, then they cannot see it. Okay. So now, same I just think I have a user. We'll discuss in detail so that you'll understand the core concept of security, what it is. So I have a user. So these have the access to my Einstein platform, and this user have access to my Salesforce platform. Now, this user, for example, we set in the object level or in the field level FLS setup or in the profile, just access not all account, few accounts, account record. Now, if this user going to create a data set from the Salesforce, then it will get only the records which he have the visibility. The Salesforce admin, they can restrict the access to data by setting of FLS, nothing but field level security, or object level security in Salesforce. So that's to prevent data flow from loading sensitive Salesforce data into my data set. If you do not have privilege to access the data, then that data you cannot load to my Einstein analytics platform. This is one part. So same way the data set can be created from CSV file, can be created from external data source, Salesforce data. So who is creating the data set? So the data set or maybe or also can restrict the data access by row level security, which I'll talk completely. You can see here, I mentioned something called implementing row level security. We'll talk that part. So data set owner also can restrict the data access by defining row level security. So same way analytics, Einstein analytics supports security predicts. If you see, I have mentioned one point here, security predicts. Okay, which nothing but it's a row level security features enables us to filter out what kind of data we want to expose for the user. And also there is something called sharing inheritance. Okay, we also like how we define the sharing rules in my Salesforce org. So same sharing rule we can inherit to my Einstein analytics platform. how that can be done. So overall, to understand, my data can be controlled in two parts. So one part I can say, if I divide into, I can say from the Salesforce side, if my data in the, so I can say Salesforce. In the Salesforce side, by using FLS or by my come to Einstein. So this kind of control we can do. On top of that, we can define my security predicts and a row level security on Einstein platform itself. So now my security dividing into some part we can control in my Salesforce side, and some part I can control my Einstein analytics platform. So we'll see how I'm going to build my security for my Einstein analytics in the both the places. How I'm going to protect my sensitive or confidential data to not exposed to my unauthorized users. Thank you. Stay tuned for next session to see this in more detail.